your organic posting strategies. Now here we go. This is going to be fun. We're going to follow the PCAT method, PCAT, for what we're going to post on our social media. And we learn a lot about if you are choosing to do an online business, which you are, there's a huge piece of the puzzle where it's about consistency more than, and I'm not saying that it trumps, but in the beginning, if you will just be consistent, it can be more important than content. And that means in the sense of how it looks, if you have a brand. So many people get tied up in looking better or having all the color schemes and having the right content. But if y'all just start getting consistent, you're going to get results. We're going to help you make this consistency get the best results by giving you a strategy to what you're posting. So if you've been following the beginning program where we show you what to post, but you've never understood why we post it, this is where we get to talk more about this, okay? And you're going to start understanding how to create your own purposeful posts that create engagement, that give authenticity, that help teach and train and do tutorials for people for a purpose of giving people value so that they can get to know you, like you, trust you, so that they will want to buy your products, join your business, and be surrounded by you and the community that you have created for them. So we've got some tips. The first thing that I'll remind you of is everything you post is your brand. So if people think, oh, I've got to go make my brand, you've already made it. Whatever you're putting out there on social media, that to people is your brand, because your brand is just what do people think of when they think of you. So to this point, if you have not been purposefully posting, you've already created your brand without knowing it. It's time to recreate your brand if you're trying to do this with the purpose of influencing people and getting them to be interested in what you're offering, right? So first, we're going to remind you that it's all about the 80-20 rule. 80% of your post will be about you, your lifestyle, building your brand. 20% will be about trying to attract leads or actually product and opportunity promotions, but we will still never do that as a direct promotion. So you'll start to understand how this happens in a fun, attractive way where people come to you instead of you spamming everything all over the place in hopes that you might gain a couple, but you've lost a lot of people. We don't want to do that. So a couple top tips: stop the copy and paste. We are better than that. Copy and paste not only takes away from you being uniquely you, but it also can affect the algorithm. It waters down your post and it shows it to less people when the same post is copied and pasted over and over and over again. And you may not even know that. You just might notice your engagement is down and you don't know why. When we use a question at the end, which is what I actually suggest you do on every post, this invites engagement. So if you've heard of engagement posts, every post should actually be engagement, even a quote. You could put a question on there because the more you can get people interacting on your posts, the more people that are going to see it, okay? Always use a picture with your post. Always. Never just post text. A picture of you is always going to be best. A live video is actually going to get the most interaction, and we suggest those once a week minimum. But a recorded video is okay too. A picture at minimum always, and a picture of you is always going to get more engagement than a stock photo. People love kids and pets. We'll talk about that in a second here on your workbook. Make your post simple to read. It has to be inviting. This might go a little against the grain, but if you've ever seen posts where, and I don't have one written around printed, but if you've ever seen posts where it's like one sentence or two sentences before a new paragraph, there's a strategy and a reason for that. They're easier to read. So we're not trying to get an A+ in grammar for 3 to 4 sentences per paragraph with an indentation. You're going to use emojis, not obsessively, and you're going to use spacing with each sentence, or every couple sentences, you're going to space it out. That makes it easy to read. That makes it attractive. Make sure you do use correct grammar. Okay? Personal pictures engage better than stock photos. We just talked about that. You do not have to be perfect. Be authentically you. Have good lighting so it's not dingy and not attractive of a photo. Show your face. People do love pets and kids, animals and kids. So if you have them, use them or borrow some. All right. So here's your 4 letters. PCAT. PCAT. We're going to learn to post purposefully so that we can create curiosity and get into conversations. We're going to add authenticity, and we're going to teach something. These are the 4 types of things we want to follow when we're posting out on social media. So when we post purposely, it means that you have a sense of purpose or determination. You have an intention in your post. You're not just putting that out there for no reason. Now, here's what I want to remind you of. Drink break. Everything you've been posting up to this point has created your brand, like it or not. So when we post with intention, we're going, oh yeah, I'm actually choosing to post something and I want a desired result. So is what I'm going to post going to get me that desired result? If not, Facebook may not be the right place to go post that if you're choosing to use your profile as a platform to attract people. Does that mean you might stop doing certain types of posts? Yes. Does that mean you might start doing certain types of posts? Yes. So consider anything that you're putting out there. If it may not take your message as effectively to the people you're trying to reach, maybe you just hold that for a private conversation instead of maybe airing all your dirty laundry or your super heavy political opinions or whatever it is, only if you're wanting to reach people, because you've got to have intention. Okay. Don't create content just to content. We're not just going after likes. Likes don't mean engagement. Likes are better than nothing, but we want people commenting. We're trying to create relationships. You're trying to change the world. You want to reach as many people so that you can serve more, ultimately sell more, get your products in more hands so that you can have the biggest effect on people. If you believe in what you're doing and you believe in your company and your products, this is what you want to do. So before you start casting out a whole bunch of products, post about your products and post about your business, you have to have a relationship with your audience. This is where most people get discouraged. They're like, oh, I put out a post about my products and nobody wanted it. Do you already have engagement on your other post? Do you already have a level of influence over people? Are you already viewed as a person that people trust, that they value what you say, that you know what you're talking about? Most likely not yet. And that's why when you first put a post out there, you get discouraged. But you keep doing this consistently using this method and you build that value for people and that know, like, and trust factor so that your posts do start getting more engagement. You have to keep at this. Preferably start this process in people crave real conversations and attention from the people they're following. So by doing this, using this posting method, we're going to start creating conversation. That is the goal. Once we start a conversation, people are commenting on our posts. Maybe they're asking questions. Maybe they're requesting to know more. Our goal then would be to take that conversation into the private messenger, not answer everything on the post, because we want other people to still have questions and give them a reason to get into conversation with us. Okay, we're going to use curiosity posts. This is when you post something about your product or your business, but you don't actually say what it is, what the name of the product is, who the company is, and it just piques their interest enough to make people ask questions and be curious. This is where we talk about not like revealing everything that's underneath, right? If we did, why would they need us? Just give them like a peek, show them a little bit of the benefits, talk about the problems and the struggles that it has solved for you, and leave them wanting more. We're going to give you examples of these. This forces your audience to reach out to you. And did you know curiosity posts are actually 10 times more powerful than a straight out product post? So if y'all ever wonder, like, how does that person get so much engagement? Because they didn't give the answers all the way. They didn't just say, this is this product, this is what it does, it's on sale right now. Everybody's doing that. Be different. People need you, not just your products, right? Most of sales is truly about the connection, and it happens in the conversations, okay? Curiosity posts start those conversations. People care more about walking a journey of discovery and figuring it out rather than just being told what to do. People do want to just be told what to do ultimately, but they kind of want to feel like they got there on their own, okay? So when you do this curiosity post and you get into conversations, you start asking questions and people kind of walk down the road themselves. They go, oh, this is what I knew that I needed. I just didn't know I needed it until now. This curiosity means it gives a hint of urgency or scarcity or excitement so that your who will reach out to you. So if you haven't done a whole lot of the training with who is your who yet, when we talk about this, we figure out who is it that we're really trying to get this message to, and how can I create this post that will be attractive to that person. So if you're talking to the mom who is sitting on the couch after her kids finally got on the bus and they're going to be gone for a whole 3 hours with this whole new schedule, right? And they're going to be coming back and she's just done. She doesn't have the energy in her. She doesn't have the motivation in her. She feels defeated. She feels like she's barely surviving. And you're relating to that story and you're like, so what I do when the kids get on the bus is I get up, I go, get a hold of my favorite energy drink or whatever, and I sit there for a couple minutes and then I start thinking, you know what, I can do this. If you're speaking to a male professional, it's going to sound like a different message if you're speaking to a college person. So the curiosity post, the language is going to sound a little different depending on who you're talking to. An example says, I've always struggled with X, Y, and Z, and I'm an afternoon nap kind of girl. I'm so grateful I don't have that struggle anymore and have energy to spare. If only I could find an activity. Any ideas? That's called an indirect curiosity post. When you directly say, this is my energy drink without saying what it is, drop me an emoji below if you want to know more. That's very direct. Indirect is like working around the angle. And in this example, what's cool about it is you're not even talking about the energy drink. You're just kind of hinting that, hey, I found something to get more energy and I've got so much now that I need you guys to help me with some activities. And people will start responding to that question. And don't you think some people are going to go, wonder what she's using? Okay. The post above creates authenticity and curiosity. So it does both things. It also invites your audience to give input. And the more engagement you can get on your post, this increases the algorithm and creates curiosity around your energy. All right, we're going to go through 6 types of curiosity posts. Remember when posting about your products that you should always be disguising the name of the company, and you should never be showing the product. If you did hold on to a product, physically you were showing it, you wouldn't want to show the name. So you're going to cover it up and be holding the product, holding the bottle. So you don't want them to be able to see the company name. You're going to always post a picture of you and your product. If you're doing a product curiosity post, you're going to talk about what it has done for you. You can show a before and after. You can tell a story. You could do a giveaway. These are effective, but don't do them obsessively. I actually reserve curiosity posts for once every 2 weeks or once a week at the most, where I'm really doing a direct, trying to get people interested in my products or business. So I did one time, I'm samples of my favorite fit or my favorite energy drink going out the door this weekend. Who wants to get their hands on them? Didn't say what it was. You could tell what it solved for you. And then of course it's a very direct call out. You can make a big announcement. We're having a big sneak peek into an event in a couple weeks. And a curiosity post could be big things are coming. Who wants in on my invite list for the sneak peek? Okay. 6 types of business curiosity posts. Don't mention the name of the company. If people want to know, let them ask. So you could do photos from big events, and maybe you did a virtual conference because right now you can't do a physical conference. You can do, that was next. Photos of virtual trainings or meetings. If you do have photos from anything local or physical that you've gone to, even if it's past, you can post those. Photos of you or your team getting recognized. Showcase your team success. This is a big one. This is where you will highlight people that are making some kind of impact, and you're not going to be so-and-so just ranked up, da-da-da-da. You're going to brag on others and you're going to love on them. And that is a post that's kind of a curiosity business post without directly being way to go team member, because that doesn't tell anybody anything. Tell the person's story, tell their accomplishments. You can do photos of you and your team members. You can tell the story of why you joined the business and how it has changed your life. If you're launching, we always do this with people, kind of like an unboxing or can't wait to tell you about my new journey, that kind of thing. Okay, so curiosity posts are a big one for getting results, but you want to use them, like I said, once every 2 weeks, once a week at the most. Okay, we want to do posts that add authenticity. And this is actually one that I probably spend the majority of my time doing. So if I'm posting 7 days a week, one could be a curiosity post. I'm always going to be posting purposefully. One might be the tea where I'm teaching or training something on a live video usually. And then most of my other posts are just authentic posts where people can really get to know me, like me, trust me. These are huge. Adding authenticity to your post allows your audience to get to know you. These are all about the know, like, and trust factor. And if you can get people to know you, like you, trust you, when you post things, you're going to start getting results. If you don't consistently be building this authenticity that you're a real human with human qualities, that you're vulnerable and you have struggles too, but you found solutions that you're willing to share, right? That's how you're getting results. If you cannot create this human quality to you, you're going to have a hard time getting results on social media. So lifestyle posts are a way that you can build authenticity. This is anything that's about you and things that are going on in your life. Sometimes people talk about their value buckets. And so on Facebook, we might have like 5 different things that we value that we kind of rotate through when we do our lifestyle posts. So maybe that's your health. Maybe that's your family. Maybe that's your faith. Maybe you're a knitter and you like to share that kind of side of you. Maybe it's I'm a teacher by trade and I do a lot with kids. So maybe it's that side of me. So I'll just think about like, what are all the parts that make me me? And that's a way to build authenticity, is to kind of rotate through showing people different parts of me. What this does is it removes you as a sales brand. This is so important. If you ever look at people who can just sell their products on social media, or so you think, and they just post products and they're all about their company and all about their products, I can almost promise you they already have a high level of influence. They've already built the know, like, and trust you factor. People already view them as a human that has that they know that someone has invested in them somehow, that has given them value, that they trust that whatever that person does, that's what they want to do. That's typically the kind of person you can see spamming their stuff on social media and getting results. For most of us, if we just go out there and every post is about our products and every post is about join my team and every post is like that, we're not going to get a result. We're just going to actually turn people off. Okay. So the lifestyle posts are huge. You're warming up your who and letting your audience know that you are really you. Real, crazy, whatever you are. I mean, not too crazy, but just like, oh yeah, I'm a mom who's a little frantic too. What makes these posts even better, you could do a live video with them. So I actually did one today and just opened up a little bit about, when you feel like you know you're made for more, but the world around you is kind of accepting status quo, do you buy into that? I just kind of opened up about like where I'm at, especially with sharing things on social media. And I'm like, am I really somebody who can go do this? But what you do is you go, man, I'm actually better than I was a year ago. And so I'm going to speak to the people who are at where I was at a year ago, because that's who needs to hear my message. Okay. So those are things that you can do within the authenticity and lifestyle posts. Is think about what is something, and we're going to move into teaching and training next, but what is something that you now know that you didn't know even a week ago or 2 weeks ago? And could you go live and talk to people about where you were a week ago, what changed, and what direction you're going? And I'm not saying sell products, but everything we do can kind of have the background with the intention, because that's what we're doing, is posting purposefully, to be attracting people. So opening up about your food struggles. And I'm not saying go to your counselor on Facebook, no. But open up enough and then provide a solution and be an inspiration. All right. Describe an upcoming event let me back up. Okay. Remember you're an advocate for health and wellness. What does your life look like now? What do you want in the future? When you tell these stories and you tell people where you're going, you tell people where you've been, they're going to want to follow your journey. 7 types of posts to add authenticity. You can describe an upcoming event or journey. Let your audience know that you're doing something in the future and you're preparing for today. Okay. Marathon training, a wedding, completing a college course. taking an online course for advanced social media practices. You can also tie this into your stories, which is really fun. So you can say, you know, stick with my journey. I'll even be posting in my stories every day. You can use a hashtag, like make one up to kind of help them find your content better. Okay, I thought I lost my recording. Allow your audience to follow you on the journey. Describe how you feel, what you're expecting, how you're doing, and when people ask for an update, you know they're paying attention. Okay, another way to build authenticity is to ask questions. Asking questions is an awesome way to find out your audience's likes, dislikes, where they're from, where do they work. You can craft posts with a graphic, and you can ask them, what's your favorite book? What's your least favorite food? Drive or fly? Mountains or beach? Workout in the AM or PM? Best place to vacation? Dog or cat? Favorite memory from college or high school? Golf or tennis? These are actually engagement posts, but when you can relate to them, and I might say like, drive or fly, ? And then I might open up a little bit into somewhere we're doing. We're about to embark on a journey, 14 hours in the car with the kids. Sometimes I wonder if I wouldn't rather just be on a plane. So you can bring this into your authentic life and have engagement in it at the same time. People love to hear stories, so tell people a story. Help them understand how they can relate to you. You never know if someone has or is going through what you're going through. You can establish an emotional connection with your audience this way. You do want to be aware of not just sob storying. You need to be the light at the end of the tunnel, and you need to be the story that has somewhere to go, okay? So if you are relating with people at your current struggle, tell them where you're going. You're not staying there. People want to go with you on the journey. Post what's trending. Examples of what's trending is maybe a new restaurant, a concert or show that you're attending. Stay away from politics, bad news, or controversial subjects. If you are trying to build a business on social media, that's best. Share your day, something funny or something exciting that happened. Share a selfie. Selfies are by far one of the most popular things to get social media attention. Don't be afraid to use them. Go use Snapchat filters or Instagram filters if you need to. Save the photo, post it on your Facebook. Take your audience behind the scenes. So in my live today, I actually walked them around my closet and showed them what the reality is behind the reality. Do you like to cook? Share a healthy recipe. What is your hobby? Do you like to garden? Share with your audience what you do for fun. Authenticity. Most of your time should be spent doing authentic posts that help people get to know you, like you, trust you, showing your lifestyle, getting them in the bedroom with you, letting them see a little bit, not all of the reality. Last but not least, we want to create you into someone that people see as a valuable source of whatever you're an expert in. So we're going to teach them something, okay? So some people call these authority posts. With these type of posts, you want to teach your audience something they may not have known before, and you want to add value to your audience. Do you have something to teach? Yes. Remember, a week ago, a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, you did not know something that you know now, okay? Who are you teaching? You don't have to be teaching the people farther down the road than you. That's not who you're looking for anyway. They've already figured it out. They don't need you. You're looking for the people who haven't figured something out yet. If you're marketing your health and wellness business, you're going to market and you're going to teach and train on something you've learned in the health and wellness world that you didn't know when you started your journey. Okay, here's 10 types of products that teach something or add value. You can do an inspirational and motivational post. This lets your audience know that they can overcome a certain issue or struggle that they may be going through. You always want to personalize them as they can relate to you in your life. You can do client testimonials. These are a great way to share what others might think about your products or business. Remember not to use products or business names, but you could post a testimonial and just be like, just got this amazing testimonial from one of my friends. Love that I get to help people in their health journey and walk alongside of them. Post tutorials. This is huge. If you will go live once a week, this is huge. Tutorials are a great way to show your audience how to do something. It does not have to be that advanced of a thing. If you're in a makeup company, a skincare company like we are, it's real easy to do tutorials, and it doesn't have to be like you're the expert. I always disclaimer, like I'm not the expert. I'm just a mom walking through the process with you. I'm going to get ready. You can get ready with me. I'm going to do some of my favorite products. I do not share the name of the products, and I don't necessarily try to teach the whole, like, this is exactly how you do it. I'm letting them take a peek into how I use these products, and then I'm also relating with them at the same time. Obviously, the healthy living is a great way to do that too. Post articles about your business or products without naming your business name. Examples would be something like chemicals in your products. We did a top 10, like what you want to avoid in skincare and makeup without naming any company's names, and just encourage people to take a look at their ingredients. And if they needed suggestions for cleaner, healthier, safer products, that, drop ingredient info below or product help below, and then we can get you more information. Show people, okay, I skipped on the, back on the tutorials. There's examples in your notes. Benefits of clean eating would be some kind of article you could post. It is best if this is all original information. So I'm not saying go post a YouTube link or share someone's post. I want you to make it original. So if someone else has posted something that you want to share, it's actually really good to screenshot it, post that as your photo, and then give the author like credit if you're going to. Thanks so much, so-and-so, for sharing this. But that way it doesn't link over to someone else. Your audience stays with you. Okay, share about the culture of your business, what makes it special and what makes it stand out from others. Share a book, explain why it's particularly beneficial to you. Make suggestions about recipes, ideas, or other things that have worked for you. We just did a whole lot of mom hacks. That would be a fun teaching or tutorial that you can do. Share tools, valuable tips, and viewpoints. And last is solve problems for your audience. So when you're teaching something and you're establishing yourself as an authority figure, you can actually also bring in someone else. So when we are solving problems for our audience and we're really trying to think about who it is that we're serving, and we're thinking about, we're trying to, get this health and wellness, holistic view of life, this message out, you can simply share the one hack that you're doing in the kitchen right now to make snack life easier. Okay. You could also in this do a live interview with somebody, which is really, really cool. So if you interview someone who is an expert in some area, or their message that they put out there complements yours, and you can bring that value to your audience and teach them something that way, that actually gives you more credibility as well. And this falls under the teaching something or, establishing you as authority figure. All right. So that was pretty lengthy, but this is a pretty big deal. You've got to have a purpose. You've got to understand that we want to create curiosity and leave people with questions. Be an authentic person. Let them into our lives. Be an authority figure or someone that has value to give in their mind, not an expert. But when we start teaching and training them something, they're like, oh yeah, that's the girl that knows a little bit about what she's doing in her kitchen to live healthier. I mean, she knows more than me, so I'm going to go watch her. All right, have fun with it. Use the suggestions of the post. There's actually a Trello board linked, and if you've never done Trello, it's free. You can open it up and you can see all kinds of different types of posts, and just remember to stay authentic and uniquely used. So don't copy and paste, use it as a guideline. All right, I'll see you in the next training.